Paris is one of the world's most popular tourist destinations. This comes as no surprise because Paris has something for everyone, from its iconic landmarks to its delicious food. No trip to Paris would be complete without a visit to the Eiffel Tower, built in 1889 for the World's Fair. This 330-meter-high structure was the tallest building in the world when it was completed. Today, it remains an iconic symbol of France and one of the most recognizable landmarks in the world. There are several ways to experience the Eiffel Tower. This was the home of French royalty from 1682 to 1789, and it is now a museum open to the public. The palace itself is stunning, but it is also surrounded by beautiful gardens that are perfect for a leisurely stroll. Montmartre is one of the most charming neighborhoods in Paris. The Champs-Elysees is one of the most famous streets in the world. This underground tunneling maze is actually a cemetery that holds the remains of over 6 million people. It is one of the most eerie and unforgettable places to visit in Paris. If you're interested in learning more about the history of the catacombs, then be sure to take a guided tour. Le Marais is one of the oldest neighborhoods in Paris and is home to a number of historic landmarks, including the Picasso Museum and the Place des Vins. It is also home to a number of beautiful streets lined with trendy boutiques and restaurants. If you're looking for a place to shop till you drop or simply people watch, then look no further than Le Marais. They will tell you all about how this underground labyrinth came to be and show you some of the most interesting parts of the tunnels. This former movie theater is now a museum dedicated to the history of cinema. It is home to a number of interesting exhibits and artifacts, as well as a beautiful Art Deco-style auditorium. If you're a fan of movies or just looking for something a little different to do in Paris, then be sure to visit the Grand Rex. Just be sure to bring a flashlight as it can get pretty dark down here. This wide boulevard was designed in the mid-1600s and was intended to be a grand processional way. These manicured gardens were designed in the 1600s and are now open to the public. They are especially popular with tourists and locals alike, who come to relax and enjoy the scenery. The gardens are also home to a number of statues and fountains, as well as the Luxembourg Palace. If you're looking for a place to take a break from sightseeing, then look no further than the Luxembourg Gardens. Today, it is still used for important events such as the annual Bastille Day Parade, but most of the time it is simply enjoyed by tourists and locals alike, who come to stroll down the shops and admire the beautiful architecture. Some of the most famous landmarks along the Champs-Elysees include the Arc de Triomphe, the Champs-Elysees Theatre, and the Petit Palais. There are also plenty of cafes and restaurants where you can take a break and people watch. It is known for its beautiful streets lined with colorful buildings, as well as its abundance of art and culture. In fact, Montmartre was once home to many famous artists, including Picasso and Dali. And today, you can still see their influence throughout the neighborhood. For example, there are plenty of art galleries and studios here, as well as the famous Moulin Rouge Cabaret. This island is home to some of the city's most beautiful architecture, including the Conciergerie and the Cinque-Chapelle. It is also home to a number of picturesque streets lined with cute cafes and boutiques. If you're looking for a place to escape the hustle and bustle of Paris, then take a stroll around Île Saint-Louis. You can also cross the nearby Ponte Marie Bridge for stunning views of the city. But perhaps the most iconic landmark in Montmartre is the Sacré Coeur. This white-domed church is dedicated to the Sacred Heart of Jesus and offers stunning views of Paris from its observation deck. To get to Montmartre, take the metro to the station of the same name. From there, it's a short walk to the Place du Tertre, the main square in Montmartre. In fact, these gardens are some of the most famous in the world and are a UNESCO World Heritage Site. If you're looking for something to do in Paris that's a little less touristy, then why not visit the Palace of Versailles instead? You can take a stroll around the Champ de Mars, the park that surrounds the tower, or even take a bike ride around the area, and is home to some of the city's most famous landmarks, including the Sorbonne University It's also home to a number of historic buildings, churches, and squares. The Latin Quarter is a great place to explore on foot, but make sure to wear comfortable shoes since you'll be doing a lot of walking. Once you get here though, you won't be disappointed. The narrow streets are lined with cute cafes and boutiques, making it the perfect place to shop till you drop or simply people watch. If you're feeling hungry, stop by one of the many restaurants and try some traditional French cuisine. But if you want to get up close and personal with this iconic structure, then you can book a tour that takes you to the top. Here you'll get a bird's eye view of Paris and be able to see everything from the Champs-Elysees to the River Seine. And while there are many ways to get around the city, One of the best is to do it on foot. That way, you can soak in all the sights and sounds of this amazing place. Of course, no trip to Paris would be complete without a visit to Notre Dame Cathedral. This iconic structure was built in the 1100s and took over 100 years to complete. It is considered to be one of the finest examples of French Gothic architecture, and is also one of the most popular tourist destinations in Paris. Unfortunately, the cathedral was badly damaged in a fire in 2019, but it is slowly being restored and should be reopened to the public in 2024. Until then, you can still admire its beauty from the outside. Just take a walk along the Isle de the island in the Seine River where the cathedral is located. With that said, here are 12 places to visit when in Paris. Number 1. The Eiffel Tower. No. 2. The Louvre Museum. Another must-see attraction in Paris is the Louvre Museum. This museum is home to some of the most famous works of art in the world, including the Mona Lisa and Venus de Milo. In fact, there are over 380,000 works of art in the Louvre, making it one of the largest museums in the world. If you want to see everything, then you could spend months here, but if you only have a few hours, don't worry. There are plenty of things to see in just a few hours. For example, you could start by heading to the Egyptian Antiquities collection, before moving on to see the Greek and Roman sculptures. And don't forget to check out the paintings by Rembrandt, Vermeer, and other Dutch masters. 3. Notre Dame Cathedral. Number 4. The Palace of Versailles. Just outside of Paris, you'll find the Palace of Versailles. The Latin Quarter is one of the oldest neighborhoods in Paris. No. 6. Number 7. Champs-Élysées. Number 8. The Catacombs of Paris. While in Paris, be sure to visit the Catacombs of Paris. Number 9. Luxembourg Gardens. The Luxembourg Gardens are one of the most beautiful places to visit in Paris. 10. Île Saint-Louis. Île Saint-Louis is one of the many islands in the Seine River that runs through Paris. Number 11. Le Marais. Number 12. The Grand Rex. The Grand Rex is one of the most unique landmarks in Paris. If you like this video, please subscribe so you don't miss any new videos.